This is a really exciting video because I'm going to teach you what surge and prime time is. Surge and prime time are the same thing using different names. Prime time is what Lyft calls it. Surge and prime time, just to explain real quick, is basic supply and demand. When there are more apps that are open, either requesting or just even looking at requesting, then there are drivers in the area. Algorithms will push up the price, which are created to cause drivers to either turn on their apps or migrate over to that direction so that they can meet the demand. Now, this is something that people often hate about Uber and Lyft because they would get sometimes really, really hefty fines. But the alternative is that no one comes and you'll get the dreaded no drivers available sign. So this is what it looks like for Lyft. Now, Lyft makes the city into little blocks. And so right now, right here in the right above Mill City in Minneapolis, in the heart of Minneapolis, there's a lot of demand. And if you look at the top of the screen, it says 25 to 100% more. Now, Lyft does percentages, Uber does multipliers. Okay, just keep in mind, so 100% is what Uber would say 2 times surges. And 300% would be 4 times surge. Okay, the darker the color, the higher the fare. Now, not all Lyft apps, they're testing this out, show the actual percentages. This square, this large blue square here that you see in Uptown, 10%, and this up here in Minneapolis, 10%. This is called a prime zone, which means this is a designated place until 6 p.m. Every ride in that made in that time is going to have an additional 10%. Okay, this is a special thing that Uber and Lyft both do, and Lyft has, at least in Minneapolis, consistently been doing it. Okay, so that's how it looks for Lyft. And look, University of Minnesota area, Dinkytown, that has some surge too. Now, later on in other videos and my other advanced courses, I'll teach you how to use other apps like Primetime. And this Primetime app is tracking all these areas. It's showing right now that there is surge. 75% target field, 50% Dinkytown, and this is something I'll show you guys in another video. Now let's look at Uber. Uber's a little different. Uber has things just like Lyft. The darker it is, the more surge it is. So you can see this little scale. Don't be deceived by the 3. The 3, it could be 30. I mean, it never has been 30, but there is no cap to surge. Surge is just all automatic with computer. And so right here, if you notice, it does it. Uber has a large, way larger swath of surge. They don't do it in small little bite sides. So if you have a lot of demand in one area, let's say right here, Boom Island, it will trigger surge over here. Now the cool thing about Uber is that if you go scrolling close, you can actually see the specific percentages. So 1.4 times would be $1.40 a mile for Minneapolis instead of the normal dollar, and also you're multiplying the also waiting time. Notice that it is only 1.4, while Lyft in many places is a lot higher. Let's go to the Primetime app to show you. So 75% would be 1.75. And if you look at the Uber app, there is not one area right now that's 1.75. And so that's very cool. So keep in mind, and then we'll talk about this in other advanced courses, keep in mind going back and forth to the apps that which one has better surge that will give you the best bang for your buck. Also notice there is no prime zone here. There is no boost. Uber calls it boost. There's no boost here. And if you want to see boost, you go to earnings, promotions. If you notice 0, I haven't worked this week. Promotions. And under promotions, they will show you if there's any boosts, and there are no boosts right now. Okay, so that is a basic crash course on how surge, and in future courses, the more advanced ones, I'll teach you how to maximize surge. But knowing this is helpful enough. And the final tip I'll give you, and this is a freebie, is that if you are, oh look, it just changed. This is part of my tip. Great example. Great segue. You see how it just changed? Surge and prime time change every couple of minutes, and so basically that's why it's so important never to chase surge. So let's say you're all the way over here in Minnehaha Regional Park. Let's just say you're there, or you're at the airport. You're like, oh snap, downtown is surging. Well, it'll probably take you 20 minutes to get downtown from there, and by then it'll be completely different. It may be more, it may be nothing, and so you never want to chase surge. You want to anticipate surge. You want to know where to be at the right time. So you only chase surge if you're only just a few blocks away. Other than that, you're going to be wasting money because all the other drivers who aren't thinking and aren't smart about the way they're driving, they're going to be all gravitating towards there, and they're going to do the same thing. And in fact, I'll just show you real quick. I'm going to open the Lyft app, and I'm going to show you the people. Wow, this is all extra stuff. This is all stuff that I'll show you in the advanced course. And sometimes I could even see this car is moving. He's trying to get to the hot action over there. And if you keep looking around, and if I wanted to spend the time, you will literally see cars driving over to that direction. You can track them. This is often really clear to see if you look at the airport. So here's Minneapolis Airport. If there's surge going on here, you'll see all these people on the highway on 62 and over here just driving, trying to get there. And so it's really, really comical. So don't be that person. Don't chase surge, anticipate surge. Hopefully this was helpful.